Welcome back, out-of-body explorers. Today I want to continue talking about Peruvian aliens. I don't like saying complete aliens, but it's extraterrestrials. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Everybody needs to know is when I met this Inca king, I realized he's a demigod, and those demigods are extraterrestrials. So I didn't really notice it to that certain degree because they looked human, but they had odd things. Their eyes were too closed, or they had LED beaming lights coming out of there. One of my friends, Stephanie, she ends up telling me, you met an extraterrestrial. And I was like, what? What? And then it just hit me like a bolt of lightning. And that now I went back into all my experiences, and they have been visiting me for so many years. So this is why those ancestors are going to be following up on people that have been doing the right thing, is what I can only say. Okay, but I want to tell you about two stories with this ancestral connection because I'm a little bit of a da-da-da, which is okay because I'm in the present moment at all times. So I don't go backwards and forwards with that until I go into sleep state. Until there's maybe a situation at work that I can't solve, which that just happened. And then you create timelines. So that's another story in itself where you need to be in the present moment at all times. Now it is story time, and I'm just going to talk about the healing days that were happening in this particular Inca situation. So on June 17th, I was healing a friend and had a lot of my hands-on healing. It's obviously through the power of the light and God. And I was healing a friend. I'm in this moment healing somebody, and then they show me my 7th grade ring. And my 7th grade ring is a silver ring with a gold plate on it of the Viracocha. And I'm going to show you that picture after I tell you about the second out-of-body situation I had. And not only did they show it to me once, they showed it to me 4 times, like shoving it in my face, shoving it in my face. You know, and me, I'm a little bit of a da-da-da. So I was kind of like, oh, what are they showing me that for? And I leave it at that because I go to work and everything is fine. But they bring it back to me again. And here's the next out-of-body I had with the Viracocha. Okay. So on November 28th, 2019, I have another out-of-body experience. And now my high school boyfriend, and he deserves a whole video on its own. I went out with him for 7 years. I did have a feeling he was sick, and I was like, I'm going in to heal him. And you know, you really do need permission from that soul. And so I did and jumped into his house. He had some cameras in there, and I went in with my sister, who's a major, major healer. Better than me because she is healing in this 3-dimensional world right now, because she used to do that in another lifetime, but now she is in this lifetime doing it. So she deserves a video for herself too. Okay, so now we're in his house and we are not allowed to really cross that line, but he shows me that I'm not allowed. So I get pulled out. But don't forget, my intentions were to heal somebody. And sure enough, in comes my best friend, immediately put my hand onto her throat to help her in her healing process. And suddenly she is healed because the light of God comes through me at that point. And now I look again and I'm healing another person who's a 13-year-old. And now they're telling me there's more of a message there for my best friend. So I'm gonna have to call her up. The bottom line is I'm healing with my hand and boom, jumps off my ring. And because I'm still a little clueless, the ring falls into the floorboards and there's a hole in the floorboard. So now I start running for it and they're like, get it, get it, get it. So I go running through it and there it is. This is the best picture I can get you of the Viracocha because it's on my 7th grade ring. And my ring is silver on the ends and it's got the gold plate on top. And it's very like delicate and it actually needs to be fixed. But this is the closest picture I got of what that looks like on my ring. In the out-of-body experience, I am grabbing my hands through the floorboards and I see it, and that's when it hit me. They're like the power of these demigods, or the power of the extraterrestrials, if you want to put it that way. They are here to help. But now you need to remember this. Life is about a yin and a yang. And that yin and yang, yin and yang, yin and yang, there is always going to be darkness, always. And that's how you have to manage the light in you to manage that darkness. And don't forget, you'll constantly be attacked and you need to work on that situation. You know, you send love to the people that hurt you because hurt people hurt people. And I'm going to say that over and over again because those people that have those fractals on them, they're in the process of healing themselves. But if they can't acknowledge that they have these issues, that's when they stay in that lower vibrational state. And just remember, what we do as out-of-body explorers, it's all about vibration, meditation, keeping yourself at the right mindset in positive ways. And that's why I'm always talking about that in my videos. It's not that I wanted to go meet this Viracocha extraterrestrial Inca king, Inca god, whatever you want to call him. He is definitely not from this earth, but he is part of the system. And that's where I think people need to know that I don't want to believe it. I say it over and over, but this is what God is telling me to do. I'm just telling you that these are the things that it will start happening in the future. Don't forget, keep journal writing, because that's you meeting your higher self. All right, out-of-body explorers, press like and subscribe, and I will see you next week.